Hey, what's up everyone? JayzTwoCents here, and I just wanted to kind of give you guys a health update since a lot of you guys have been asking me. I guess I should have been prepared to do an update at some point because of the fact that the initial video worried a lot of people. So anyway, we're gonna talk about that right now. We'll talk about what the last 3.5, almost 4 months have looked like and what the future still looks like regarding this. So if you saw my original health update, that's where I told you guys that it was kind of discovered at the end of last year in December that I was anemic. Something I had never experienced or thought I would be experiencing. And a lot of the symptoms I was dealing with then were like extreme fatigue, like chronic fatigue, real bad fatigue. While at the same time also being unable to sleep, which really sort of sucks. Like you'd fall asleep but only for a little while. Extremely iron deficient, a lot of micronutrient deficiencies going on there. And then I talked about the fact that I was gonna basically need some grace from the audience saying, hey, our upload schedule might be a little weird. I think we stayed pretty consistent given the fact that there's been days where I just have not felt like making a video. In fact, we've even traveled some since then. But anyway, I also asked for you guys to support the team when they step in when I can't, like when Phil and Nick make videos, and you guys have done that. So I wanted to give a huge thank you for that. And you're gonna see them more in the future too. Especially coming up here pretty soon, you'll see a video from Phil that I think is going to be a good one regarding bottlenecking and kind of how to limit your bottlenecks and what to consider. Anyway, we've talked about bottlenecking and what it looks like, but we haven't talked exactly about how to avoid it. But anyway, Phil's going to handle all that. But let's talk about what's happened since then. So one of the biggest concerns that happened since then, I think it was the same day I actually put up that video, is when my doctor came back to me and said, hey, there's blood in your stool. It's blood in my poop, okay? For those who don't know what stool is, I'm not talking about like my stool that I sit on, but anyway. I gotta say that, because there might be a language barrier for some people watching this. So they might be like, there's blood in his stool, well, he should wipe it off. It's like, I don't know what they might be thinking. But anyway, I digress. Which is a very large cause for concern, because that's what the symptoms I was dealing with really started to point towards the possibility of colon cancer. Fortunately, I've gone through all of the, I've had a colonoscopy and everything is unremarkable, which apparently is a very good thing. I don't know, unremarkable tends to sound like boring and nothing going on, which is a good thing in that aspect. Which still leads us to a lot of questions. What the heck? So anyway, in that almost 4-month period now that I've been dealing with it, actually it's been 4 months, because it was like December 6th or whatever I started this. So all of December, all of January, all of February, and almost all of March. So I guess, yeah, almost 3 months. I have been taking specific supplements that are sublingual, which means they dissolve under your tongue for the micronutrients I'm deficient in, including a significant amount of iron, actually, as well as vitamin B12 and a B complex, and taking protein supplements and such, because proteins are a very important binding agent when it comes to a lot of things in our bodies, specifically regarding iron binding capacity and stuff for me. But anyway, moving forward, my ferritin was a 4, which is your iron stores in your body, and that's your iron is very important to the functionality of your entire systems in your body. Your brain, your lungs, your heart, your organs, everything needs iron. Also too, when you're iron deficient, you become, your blood cells are too small, they don't carry enough oxygen. So everything is becoming like deprived of oxygen. I talked about the fact that one of the side effects I was dealing with was a very slow, steady weight gain that I have not been able to stop, which anyone that's been following my channel long enough knows I used to be very, very, very large. I used to be 500 pounds. And then when I started my channel, I was like 330 pounds. And I got all the way down to like 240 pounds. And I've fluctuated around from there. I have not been able to get the weight under control, which makes a whole lot of sense, because with systems going out of control and hormones going out of control, with the body basically under attack of whatever's happening inside, it tends to go into like a preservation mode. And part of that is hang on to fat and hang on to water and everything, which really, really sucks, because I work out religiously even through all of this. I'm very on top of my diet and making sure that I'm not just putting junk into my body, especially right now, and I continue to see these little steps of weight going up. Fortunately, over the past few weeks, actually, I've been able to stop that and have started to see it coming down slowly, but it's taking an extreme amount of diligence, including quitting caffeine, which doesn't help most of these instances. So what was happening is I was overdosing on caffeine to stay awake and alert because of how tired I was. Now that I'm off caffeine, I realize just how tired I still am, because what I'm getting at here is over the last 3.5 months, we have not seen any improvement whatsoever in my labs regarding my hemoglobin, my blood size, my oxygen levels, my micronutrient deficiencies, my iron deficiencies. So what that means for the future here is I'm starting a whole new program and seeing the hematology department at City of Hope. Now, so that might scare a lot of people because City of Hope is a known cancer treatment center. But even if you don't have cancer, they have extremely well experienced specialists in every aspect of the body, because cancer can happen anywhere in the body. And they have a very, very good hematology department, which is where I'm going to be going on the 25th of this month to get my first consult with them to figure out what we can do to turn this around. Because if I do have the condition of thalassemia, which has to be diagnosed, and it hasn't been diagnosed yet, that is a bigger problem than just being iron deficient. So I'm hanging in there. It's every now and then I run into someone on the street who's a fan of the channel, and they always ask like, hey man, how you feeling? And lately it's been like, up until about a week ago, it's been like, I feel great. And then I quit caffeine and I'm like, I really do feel like shit. You know, I was just drinking that much caffeine, which is not good for the body. For those wondering, I was consuming a minimum of 600 milligrams of caffeine a day, sometimes as high as 850. Maybe even more, because it's I was taking 4 shots of espresso per coffee, and I was having 2, sometimes 3 a day. So that's up to 900 milligrams a day. My doctor said that's enough to kill a healthy horse. Of course, it wouldn't really kill a healthy horse, but I'm about the size of a horse, so we should take that into consideration, all right? Anyway, I just wanted to put that out there and hoped I had better news that like, hey, we've got answers. We don't. Fortunately, we've ruled out some of the bigger concerns. And yeah, so anyway, I'm just gonna continue to ask that, you know, you guys have been very supportive. You know, you can continue the support. I get people all the time asking me what can I do to directly support? Really, it just comes down to like the merch. And even then, we don't really make any money off the merch. It just keeps like our merch team, you know, being able to make money on supporting, you know, their business. And so if you're so inclined, we still have gaming mats and we still have the melting connector shirt and stuff there, and you guys can go and do that, which not only supports the channel, but it supports other people who help support us on the side business. So that would be a huge benefit. Watching the videos, that's all we ask. We create content. We like to see it consumed, and we like to hear you guys' feedback on the kind of content you want to see. Past that, there's not much to say. But if I do get real answers, and as we move forward with City of Hope's treatment, and we get like, because I've had a lot of people reach out to me too, even though I asked, I said, please don't send me your health advice, as much as I know you might want to, and I understand the motivation and the concerns behind that. It's all noise. It's too much noise. I literally am going to like a world-renowned specialist for this, and that's who I'm trusting. I need you guys to understand that. But on the flip side, I had a lot of people come to me and say, hey, I am experiencing very similar symptoms and we can't figure this out. So can you please keep me updated on what it is you're going through and what kind of answers you get, so that they can at least maybe steer into the right direction of maybe with their healthcare professionals and stuff. Fortunately, where I live in Southern California, City of Hope is right here. So I can go there in person and see them. A lot of people have to actually travel to go to City of Hope, especially for cancer treatments and stuff. But yeah, I'll just keep you guys up to date probably every few months on what's going on. And that's only if you guys are interested. So if you are interested in the health updates, I'll continue to do it. I felt a little weird doing it in the previous video because I don't normally talk about my personal life anymore. I've really removed my personal life from like Instagram and Twitter and even YouTube videos and vlogs and stuff, because it's just too much, there's too much negativity and toxicity out there. And I just got tired of hearing people's opinions about my life, and all I want to do is share, right? So if you guys are interested, then like I said, be vocal down below that you want to know, and I'll keep you guys updated. I think there's going to be a certain amount of people also saying, no, keep it private. That's your business. You know, you don't need to tell us. And I understand that too. Trust me, that's kind of where I lean, but there was enough people showing concern that I thought I realistically should maybe give you guys an update. But it won't be like every week, Jay's update, because really it'd be like, I pooped today, yay. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say. Like, I feel fine-ish until my condition tends to go, no. There's no more oxygen going to your muscles. There's no more blood going to your brain. And that shows in my videos, okay? I think that's obvious. But I will say this though. I've continued to exercise. I've continued to do my weightlifting and stuff. And I've actually seen, ironically, some of my biggest PRs and personal bests when it comes to weight. This weight is also a personal worst currently, but I've seen some pretty big PRs lately. And I think it's just because of the amount of body fat I have right now. It's good fuel for muscle, right? But I'd much rather have less muscle and less body fat than being where I am right now. But fortunately, all of my vitals are very, very healthy. Cholesterol's good, A1C and blood sugar's good. Heart rate and hypertension doesn't exist for me. And that won't always be the case. That's why the weight is very important to me. So I might do like weight updates on Twitter like I used to do back when the hashtag GoTeamJ was a big thing, when I was like on my way down from 330 pounds down. So I might do that just to help motivate some folks and more or less keep myself accountable. Because there's times where I'm just like, you know what, screw it, I don't care, I'm gonna eat whatever. And then I feel like utter crap after that. So anyway, there we go. That's all I've got for you guys today. I wish there was better news, but it hasn't gotten worse, which is a good thing. Like my ferritin went from a 4 to a 5 in 3 months, which we were really hoping for better results than that. But hey, it's better than going to a 3, right? For those wondering, my ferritin is supposed to be at like a 28. So I'm significantly low. And that's actually where a female would be. Males are usually higher, like a 32 or something like that. So anyway, if you wanna know what that means, you can look it up. Look up IDA or iron deficiency anemia and ferritin levels and thalassemia, and you'll know exactly what I'm dealing with. And trust me, the biggest side effect of that is chronic fatigue. And that's what sucks. No matter how much you sleep, no matter how much you exercise, no matter how much you fuel your body right, you can't get over it, and it sucks. All right, guys, thanks for watching. As always, I'll see you in the next one.